conducive to like the culture that we're in. So it's hard because you got the issue with like Disaster wanting to say the F word on Twitch. You know, he always says the F word, not the 4-letter one, but the homosexual slur, you know? And it's like, man, like for what? You know? Like I don't know why is it necessary or whatever if you know it's gonna upset somebody. You got T-Top with the Kanika Jenkins bar, you know, that he turned around and apologized for. You got, I mean, just people that...
But, you know, it's funny, you saying that, I forgot him, man, I'm mad, I forgot who I heard just say this bar recently. I was at an event or whatever, and I just heard somebody say that bar. Like, you know, it's something, Kanika, and it's about to be a cold death or some shit.
Yeah.
I just literally heard that bar like the other day.
In Oklahoma City, I heard a George Floyd bar from a guy, and it wasn't even like in good taste, like rest in peace, you know what I mean? Like it wasn't like, you know, normally, first off, you don't even need to like, unless you're putting your round together with substance and saying something's wrong, but he was just attacking his opponent like, yo, I put my knee on, you know what I mean?
Yeah, okay.
And I'm like, yo, like why is that necessary, you know? But as far as like the political correctness, if you're going to continue to get sponsors like Caffeine and Twitch, if you want to start seeing battle rap on TV or Netflix or anything like that, I mean, you're going to find that there's a lot of stuff that they're not going to allow you to say, you know, once people start putting heavy money into it, you know? And so so you just got to ask yourself,
what
how
does
big
that do then? What does that do to the culture?
You either sell out, I don't know if it's considered selling out, because then you can turn around and give bigger bags to people and they can make a living off of it, you know? Or you say, you know what, we're not going to compromise the integrity. We think that our artists, our battlers should be able to say whatever they want, however they want. That's rap, that's hip hop, get it out. And we're going to stay, you know, in this spot. So
you think by I guess in a sense exercising your freedom of speech will kind of hold you back?
Yeah, like it really will. Like, I mean, imagine you have, you know, $1 million invested into an event or whatever, and you're booking somebody that you think could come in there and just berate some, you know, some sect of people, and then you lose sponsorships and this, that, and the third. You're going to be a little bit more hesitant to book that person, you know? You're going to fall back and say, you know what, I might not do this with Arsenal. Arsenal just said, I'll walk up to the casket of your dead mother and headbutt her. You know, like that's, you know, I might not book Disaster because Disaster's going to come in here and say all these left-wing, you know, or whatever. And so I don't know how to end up doing it, but hopefully there's a happy, like, medium. I think we're there right now. You know, I think I don't think anybody's gotten too crazy on Caffeine or Twitch, you know, but I hope that there's just a happy medium that we can kind of put it in perspective.
You guys got a lot of responsibility, man. Just having this conversation with you is like, yo, it's a lot of things you guys have to deal with as far as like being responsible for what you guys say, like for real, because it's like
that's why I'm glad I'm me.
It's not just art anymore in a sense.
And that's the thing is, like, you remember when DNA and K-Shine was on ESPN and stuff like that? Like, I always want to have material, right, that when people go back and, like, if ESPN says, yo, let's book them, look at their Instagram, they not cussing, they not talking crazy, they not, you know, we don't feel like it's a risk in booking these guys, you know what I mean? So like my material, you know, is so universal. There's dudes that hit me last month that teach classes in Cali. That teach classes in Cali and use my material like in school, you know? And he's like, yo, I love using you, Carter Deems, all that good stuff, you know? And so that's dope to me that, like, I'm able to be in all of these different avenues, you know, with my pen, and I don't have to worry about, you know, somebody saying, yeah, well, he said this or he said that, you know? So I'll go perform at your church, I'll speak at your school, I'll go to the battle rap event, I, you know, do quoting my bars on Fox FS1 the other day. I don't know if you saw that, Emmanuel Acho, shout out to him. He does Speak Yourself versus Marcellus Wiley. And so he's a huge battle rap fan. On air, there they going back and forth talking about football, and he starts quoting my bars, you know?
That's
he can do
fire.
that because that's how my content is, you know?
That's dope.
So yeah. But it's fun, man. Whereas, like, you know, I've only been in since 2015, so 5 years, right? So where it's come since then is just incredible, you know? So I can only imagine the next 5 years and what that looks like, man. And, we really are the best writers in the world as it pertains to metaphors, wordplay, wittiness, and stuff, you know.
And I believe also live performance.
Yeah.
Like, when it comes to live performance,
people do not understand, man.
Like, how many live performances? There's Broadway shows, there's certain things. You guys do some of the illest live performance.
You get one shot.
Ah, man.
That's why, like
one
you said,
shot.
Broadway shows. You know, that's a good example, because they go out there and they got to perform for a bunch of people that paid a whole bunch of money, and they can't mess up.
Nope.
You know, and if they mess up, somebody's gonna say, yeah, but they messed up. You know, they forgot the lines, or they did that, and then that's gonna affect everything. And so that's what we get. You know,
It's gonna kill the show.
You write 10 minutes of material. Like, think about it. It's 3 songs. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like, of a material for one person. Then you rehearse it for weeks and weeks and weeks. Then you have to perform it perfectly, and then you can never use it again.
Mm-hmm.
It's just there's nowhere else anything's like that.
And you know what it is? Even with performing it perfectly, it's like there's levels of performing it perfectly at that moment. There's so much things that comes to getting that masterful performance that holds on forever, that takes you to a whole nother world.
The variables are crazy. You know, like when you play sports or whatever, like today, it's raining in Atlanta, right? Tennessee plays Georgia today. The quarterback's gonna have to be able to say it's raining. We're gonna have to switch up the play calls. We're gonna have to throw the ball different. We're gonna have to do different things. You go into a battle, yo, the crowd's not reacting.
Yeah.
Yo, he got crazy gas over here. Yo, you know, the time limits all of a sudden. There's all kinds of different variables, and you have to be able to work on the fly.
Or a scenario like Big T said, Murder Mook and Averb just battled, and I had to close out.
That was, man.
I had to actually go after that.
Yeah.
And I remember after Murder Mook and Averb battle, everybody walked out the building.
Yeah, mine wasn't as
as far as following the whole energy.
Yeah, mine wasn't as bad, but like Big K, Adi Boom with the paperwork, right?
Yeah.
Then Sharon and Chef Trez put on probably the craziest battle, right?
Yeah.
And then afterwards was me and Danny. Now, luckily, people were there to see me and Danny, but you just knew it couldn't get back to where it was after Sharon and Chef Trez. And we did a crazy good job, but you could tell the crowd just was a little bit, a little bit tired, a little bit weary. So,
and that's what you guys have to deal with, live performing one time to be able to use the material. So definitely respect what you guys do, man.
I trust that I'm gonna come and I can do exactly what I do. The frustrating thing is when you get there and like other factors go into how your material is gonna be received. But you just gotta move on the fly, man. You gotta adapt.